Is it possible to become a professional footballer within 1 year? Starting from square zero with zero resources and zero connections, is it possible to actually work your way up the footballing ladder and potentially become a professional? That's what this entire video is about. I am documenting my entire journey of trying to go from zero to pro and documenting how far we can get within 1 year of training, attending professional trials, trying to make connections, and just doing whatever it takes to get some kind of opportunity out there. If you have zero skill, zero talent, zero footballing ability, but you simply have the absolute ability to lock in, is it actually possible to be able to achieve such a thing? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Road to Pro Football within 1 year. Alright, before we get into the video, I just want to start off with some facts really quick, alright? 99.99999% of people are not going to become a professional footballer. Most people are not going to make it. And there is a high probability that I am most likely part of that 99.999%. But guess what? Why would you let any statistic stop you from at least trying? All right? Why would you let any statistic stop you from challenging yourself? Because if you're not challenging yourself some way, shape, or form in life, then that's just a boring life, and that's not the kind of life that I want to live. So I'm gonna at least try. All right? I'm gonna try. And honestly, if you've been thinking about it, you should try as well. All right? Why not? Just go for it. Because really all it takes is some skill, some hard work, and a lot of luck. So get to work, man. Get to work. The standard that I've set for myself is the standard of a professional, of course. And not just any professional, not just the baseline professional, the creme de la creme of top world-class professionals. And look, listen, I know there's that saying that says comparison is the thief of joy. So of course, when I'm comparing myself to these players, I'm freaking washed up. But honestly, healthy comparison is also pretty good because it kind of helps you gauge, are you really cut out for this, or should you just hang it up? Wrap it up. This is not for you, you know? And everything you're seeing right now, everything that I've recorded has been over the span of a couple of weeks, all right? And in about a month and a half, I have my first professional trial. And so I decided I wanted to document the journey of becoming a professional footballer in this series that I'm starting. Depending on how long this series lasts, realistically, it could last like a month and I could just be like, dang, I'm not cut out for this, man. Wrap it up. Time to, I don't know, man, play freaking Sunday League or something, man, because this is not for me. But then again, there is that 0.0000001% chance. But guess what? You'll never know if you're part of that 0.0001% unless you at least try. So if you're listening to the sound of my voice, let this be an encouragement. Let this be a reminder. You need to challenge yourself in some area, some way, shape, or form in your life. Because if you're not challenging yourself in life, that just sounds like a boring life, man. Anyway, in all seriousness, I am actually trying though. I'm not like taking this jokingly. I am literally training like 4 to 5 days a week. I'm trying my best to follow a professional training schedule as much as I possibly can, because I still have a day job and I still have other things outside of football that are more important to me, like serving at my church and just, you know, my relationship with Jesus. So kind of just trying to do all that stuff at the same time as I'm challenging myself and pursuing this dream that could possibly all crumble within a month. But you know what? Hey, it's a challenge and it's gonna be fun. It's something that I love to do. Playing football is fun. And I thought, why not? You know, why not try to take it to the next level? Let's see how far we can at least get, man. If I get to the semi-pro level and I stay at the semi-pro level, hey, I am freaking happy. I'm gassed. But then if I get to the pro level, hey, that's the point of this video. That's the point of this series, to document it, right? To see if it's actually possible. You never know. Look at Jamie Vardy. He literally didn't even become a pro until he was my age. So, hey, I'm not calling myself Jamie Vardy. I'm not saying I'm as good as Jamie Vardy, but I'm just saying, you never know. You never know.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Consistency, consistency, consistency. Ladies and gentlemen, if there's anything that you want to do in life, consistency is key. And the great Bruce Lee once said, I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. And I'm trying to be that guy. I'm trying to be that man. Why is it that any time that I go to train and I do any type of shooting drills, I'm always doing the exact same thing over and over and over again? As a winger, of course, I'm going to do the same thing over and over again. I'm going to go running in, dribbling in, cutting in, and shooting over and over and over again. There are literally moments where I would go to train and I would set my mind on doing that same thing over and over for like 2 to 3 hours. I'm not even kidding. And as you can see in this video, a lot of these were taken over hours and over different days, and I just condensed it into like a couple of minutes worth of footage. But it's literally over and over and over for hours and hours on end. It gets tiring, it gets boring, I get sick and tired of it. But I'd rather be sick and tired of it now than to be sick and tired of it later, because I'm pretty sure eventually it is going to pay off in a match, like in an in-game situation. When I do end up having that space to cut in and then shoot, it's going to be like a muscle memory, and like I don't even have to think about it, and I won't be complaining when I actually make that goal. So I'd rather complain now when I'm sick and tired of it during training than later on in a match when I actually need it and then I can't do it because I didn't spend the time to do it in training. I hope that makes sense. But anyway, besides cutting in and shooting, there are also other things that I'm trying my best to be consistent at, and that's dribbling in tight spaces. And honestly, whenever I'm not having like a conditioning focused training session, this is one of the best ways to also get some conditioning, because I'm literally just dribbling around and I force myself to not really take any breaks at all for as long as I possibly can until I lose control. Then I take a little break and then I rinse and repeat, go again for another like 30 minutes to an hour, and I just do that over and over and over again until my legs are literally dead, and it sucks. But you know what? My dribbling in tight spaces, my ball control has gotten so much better, so I'm going to continue doing the same thing over and over again, because I rather master one good important fundamental part of football. I don't know, just what's the word, man? Return on investment. Yeah, I just get a better return on investment whenever I focus so much on just one little fundamental thing, and I just become an expert at doing that one thing, than to try to do so many different things on the field and you just end up being like average at everything,
Asking all kinds of questions to myself, but never finding the answer. Crying at the top of my voice, finding the answer. Crying at the top of my voice, no one listening.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Road to Pro Football. This is episode 3, Bad Days. Bad days, bad days. Before we get started with this one, I just wanted to make some things clear. Since the last episode, since the last video, I did say I had a pro trial coming up, and I have had that trial. I do have another pro trial coming up in about a couple of weeks. So instead of making this episode about the trial, I just wanted to wait till after this second trial so I could just talk about both of them all in one video. So just wanted to clear that up. And now that we've done that, let's go ahead and talk about these bad days, man. Have you ever had those days where any and everything that could go wrong just seems to go wrong? All right. And of course, talking about football and talking about training and, trying to go pro and just try to improve. These are those days, man. My body feels sluggish. My touch feels heavy. My shot is poor. I mean, just the stuff that I felt confident and felt just very good at, just everything is just down the drain. Like, I don't know what's going on, man. It's like you wake up on the wrong side of the bed for a whole week straight. If you know anything about football, you know what a purple patch is, right? A purple patch is when you just have this streak of just absolute brilliance. Like, you are just on top of the world. No one can stop you. You're scoring, you're assisting. You're just the best player in the world, it feels like. And right now, it is the exact opposite, man. Everything just feels flipped. I feel like the worst player in the world. Like I said earlier, my touch is heavy. My body feels sluggish and slow. I don't feel as speedy and as quick as I once was. And I know it's gonna pass, but it's just funny to just feel it in the moment and knowing like, this is actually what's happening, because I knew it was gonna happen and now it's finally happening, and I'm just like, dang, this is actually tragic. But one thing about these bad days is that it's actually a make or break for a lot of footballers and just athletes in general. And honestly, it doesn't even have to be anything, sports related or athletic related. It's just anything in life, really. These bad days are what defines what kind of person you are. These bad days are what defines what kind of player you are, or what kind of player you want to be, or what kind of player you're going to be. Your reaction to these kind of days is what makes you who you are as a player. Now, after the first day of kind of just forcing myself to go train, first day of the week, and I was just feeling sluggish, I was missing shots that I regularly don't miss. Everything that's pretty much been kind of like a muscle memory is just gone, because now apparently I have freaking amnesia and I just don't know how to do it anymore. Like, I'm missing shots left and right. My touch is too heavy. I'm losing the ball. Everything that could go wrong is going wrong. And in this exact moment is when I realized this could be a make or break for a lot of people. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm not like a lot of people. Oh man, I told myself, you know what? This is just a very short-term just form of just bad performance, just bad luck apparently. And I'm just gonna lock in. And once I lock in, if I can get through this, I'm gonna be unstoppable, man. But in all seriousness, in spite of these bad failing days, in spite of these bad performing training sessions, I decided I'm just gonna crank up the intensity just a little bit more. I'm just gonna add a little bit more to my training sessions, even though I'm already waking up kind of fatigued and I'm already kind of in a moment where I'm super busy with other things. And then on top of that, I have to try to, motivate myself and force myself to train, in the evening times for hours on end. I decided to crank up the heat a little bit, kind of like a hyperbolic time chamber. Anyone who watches Dragon Ball Z, you understand that reference. I've been doing a lot of running, even outside of training, like I would be at home about to go to bed and I decided, you know what? No, let me go downstairs, go to the gym really quick and just run a quick mile. And then I come back, take a quick shower and then go to sleep, Back in episode 1, I said that the standard that I've set for myself is the standard of a professional, and not just any professional. It's a world-class, top creme de la creme professional. And especially with trying to gain match fitness, the standard that I've set for myself is I want to be able to, at any given moment, play a 120-minute match and not feel it, right? Of course, I'm going to feel it, but you understand what I'm saying. And especially after my first pro trial, which I pretty much ended up playing back-to-back 120-minute matches on back-to-back days. And I don't want to talk about that now. I'm going to save that for a future episode. But after playing those back-to-back 120-minute matches, my legs were dead. My lungs were dead. And at that very moment, I said to myself, hey, as soon as I get back, we got to start reprioritizing match fitness, man. And I'm not just talking about, being able to play a full 45 minutes or a full 90. I'm talking about 120. I need to set myself up to being able to play 120 minutes at any given moment, just in case. That is the standard I've set for myself. So the moment I got back home, actually, I kind of took a day off because my legs were, everything was dead. I was super sore as well. I took a day off, but the second day after getting back, hit the treadmill, man. Hit the treadmill. I don't care. I was gunning for it, okay? I was gunning for it. Even during Christmas holiday, right? I went home, spent time with family, but every single day I woke up in the morning, oh, breakfast is ready. Nah, I'm good. I'm going to go eat 2 miles every single day. I went out in the morning and ran at least 2 miles. I literally forced myself to do it too. Trust me, I didn't want to do that. Nobody wants to do that. I had to make sure that I at least I was doing something to get myself closer to attaining and achieving that match fitness of 120 minutes that I want for myself, that I desired for myself. Maybe I'm crazy, but that's what I want.
It's a war in the city, it's a war outside. You spread lies, it's a war in the mind. Let your kingdom come, let it fall right now. Let your kingdom come, let it fall right now. It's a war in the city, it's a war outside. You spread lies, it's a war in the mind. Let your kingdom come, let it fall right now. Let your kingdom come, let it fall right now. It's a war in in the city, it's a war outside. You spread lies, it's a war in the mind. Let your kingdom come, let it fall right now. Let your kingdom come, let it fall right now. Can't believe I thought so many times I was done, but you the type to leave the 99 for the one. Who knew all I needed was a sign from the sun? Who knew all I needed was a sign? Gotta tell them it's a war in the city, it's a war outside. You spread lies, it's a war in the mind. Let your kingdom come, let it fall right now. Let your kingdom come, let it fall right now. It's a war in the city, it's a war outside. You spread lies, it's a war in the mind. Let your kingdom come, let it fall right now. Let your kingdom come, let it fall right now. It's a war, yeah. It's a war, yeah. It's a war, yeah. It's a war, yeah.
Pro football trials. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Road to Pro Football. It's been approximately 7 or 8 months or so. It's been a while, and last time in the last video I said I was going to be going on some professional football trials, and exactly what I said will happen did happen. I did end up going on some professional trials, and I'm just going to go ahead and just give you an update now that it's been long enough. A lot of things has happened, with that. So let's go ahead and just get started and jump right into it. First and foremost, I just want to give a little disclaimer. I was intending on actually recording these trials, but the person I had lined up to help me record these trials ended up bailing, and so the games you're going to be seeing on the screen are just pickup games. Unfortunately, pickup games aren't the most competitive, but it's better than nothing. All right, now that we have that out of the way, let's go ahead and just talk about these trials. I trialed with 4 different teams. 3 of them were open trials, and then 1 of them was an invitational. An open trial is literally what it sounds like. It is open to anyone, all right? All you have to do is just pay the little registration fee, and if you need to travel, you're going to be paying for that as well. So it's a little bit of a cost, but you just get an opportunity to just put yourself in front of the coaching staff of a professional team, pretty much trying to find a diamond in the rough. There are a few players who do make it out and become professional and get scouted from these open trials, but you can't put all your eggs in that basket. It's not, it's not a guarantee or anything. And then the invitational trial, this is when you actually get contacted by a coach, a coaching staff, whoever, to actually come train with the team, come to like preseason with a team. You train with the actual players for about a month or however long it is, and then at the end of that, they decide if they want to keep you, sign you, whatever they want to do. That's an invitational trial. All right, so the first trial was in January, and I went in playing as a left wing, of course, because that's my primary position, and I walked away in this trial with 2 assists, 1 shot on target, and that was it. A trial is supposed to be a moment for you to pretty much just showcase your talent, your best attributes, and pretty much playing on that left wing. What I was doing the most in this game was, dropping back to receive the ball from my left back, and then, playing a quick 1-2 to like my left mid, and then making a run in behind the line to receive the ball again, either crossing in the ball or getting a cutback and then passing the ball. And that was actually how I got one of my assists. But the thing about trials is that even if you do something really good like that, it's going to be almost impossible to get an invitational trial, simply because they are literally looking for diamond in the rough kind of players. You have to be like best of the best out of like 100+ people. It's insane. Also, I attempted my first ever bicycle kick in my entire life. It was purely instinctive, and that was the shot on target that I did have, the only shot on target that I had, and it was the easiest save for that goalkeeper. That's all I'm going to say. My second trial was pretty okay. I didn't play poorly, but I didn't play spectacular either. Kind of just bang average in the middle. And of course, in these kind of moments, you don't want to be average. If you're average, that means you're bad. If you're going into a trial, you have to perform either on the same level or better than the players that are already on that team, because those are the people you're trying to take their spot. Like, you're trying to compete against those people. So if you go in and you're not bad, but you're not the greatest either, you're just kind of just bang average, you're not getting an invitational trial, you're not getting signed to a pro team. And in this second trial, I was straight up just average. I had a couple of key passes, a couple of chances created, all this mumbo jumbo stats that people, care about these days, but a lot of them led to nothing. I kind of just threw that away in my mind. And the third trial, as I stated earlier, I'm a left winger, but there were lots of attacking players on this, at this trial. So I said, you know what, coach, don't worry. I'll play as a defensive player. I'll play left back. The entire time, I didn't even get to play my preferred position. They just thought, oh, you're playing really good back there, so let's just keep you back there. And I thought, okay, you know what? Maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Maybe, because I am playing pretty well back here. I blocked 2 or 3 shots, and there were 0 goals conceded from my side of the field. So I thought, maybe I'm doing so well in this position that the coach just wants to keep me playing there and see what I can, what I can do, what I can offer. So I was like, that's fine. I'll play the entire time here. But I was expecting to at least get something back because of that. I did not get a single thing back. But nevertheless, we move on. And then the fourth and final trial, this one actually stemmed from an open trial, and I got an invitational trial and to come into preseason with the team. So I was able to train with the team for about a month and a half. But because roster numbers are pretty limited, they're not just going to accept everyone. And unfortunately, I didn't make it to the final selection. I was honestly, I'm not going to lie, I was so nervous, and it made me realize, like, man, once that clocked in really quick, I made sure that every other training session that I was trying to at least go in with just like a happy mindset and just like a go out there and have fun mindset. And I ended up playing much better and improving. But unfortunately, I didn't even make, the second roster of this team because this wasn't just a trial for the main team, but also like the second team. And I didn't even make the roster for the second team. So that's pretty much it, man. It was pretty unfortunate. There was a reason why I hadn't posted in a long time, not only because I was traveling and training and doing all these things and I was just very busy, but even after that ended and, I didn't make the final cut, I was like, man, I was so demoralized. I was like, man, I don't even feel like making this next video. But nevertheless, here I am. I'm making the video, and I'm making the video because I'm not freaking giving up, baby. No, man. This was only year one, okay? This was only year one. And if I were to just get discouraged and just give up after the first year, then what does that say about who I am? What does that say about my character? You know what I mean? What does that say about my work ethic? No, I'm not giving up, bro. I've seen myself improve so much. Even within that 1 month and a half preseason that I was playing with the team, I saw myself improve so much because I finally started to understand how they like to play. Unfortunately, I just didn't have the opportunity to extend that time with the team. But now I know. Failure is all experience at the end of the day. So I'm not giving up, even though I definitely got really close to, because I was definitely very, very discouraged, getting that phone call from the head coach, like, hey, we really appreciate having you here and training with the team, yada, yada, yada. But unfortunately, we're not going to move on. We're not going to sign you, whatever. And it was very discouraging, and I just had to keep a straight face, a smile on my face, and just be like, you know what, thank you, coach, thanks for the opportunity for training with the team, and I really appreciate the opportunity. I wish you guys luck, this season, yada, yada, yada. But as soon as that phone hung up, man, oh my days, bro, I wanted to just nah, screw this. But here I am again. I'm not giving up. It's currently the quote unquote off season, and within about a month or so, I'm gonna kickstart training again. All right, I'm going to kickstart training again and get right back on it. I don't know. We're going to see, if I have to change some things around in terms of getting opportunities next year. But here we are. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for supporting me, and thank you so much for supporting the journey. And the journey's not over yet. The journey's not over yet. Anyway, I feel like I'm just rambling on now, so I'm just going to go now. All right, bye.
It's a war in the city, it's a war outside. We spread lies, it's a war in the mind. Let your kingdom come, let it fall right now. Let your kingdom come, let it fall right now. It's a war in the city, it's a war outside. We spread lies, it's a war in the mind. Let your kingdom come, let it fall right now. Let your kingdom come, let it fall.